You learn a new English word today. You repeat it, you write it down, you feel good about it. Then tomorrow, it is gone, like it was never there. You search your memory and find nothing. If this has happened to you, I want you to know something right now. It is not because you have a bad memory. It is not because you are not smart enough. It is because nobody ever taught you how your brain actually remembers things. Today I am going to show you 7 brain hacks that make English words stick, not for a day, not for a week, forever. Let's begin. Why you forget? Before I show you the 7 hacks, you need to understand one thing. Why you forget words in the first place. Your brain is not a filing cabinet. It does not store every piece of information you give it. Your brain is more like a filter. It only keeps things that seem important. Think about it. You probably remember what you ate for lunch yesterday, but you do not remember what you ate on a random Tuesday 3 months ago. Why? Because your brain decided it was not important enough to keep. The same thing happens with English words. You learn a word once, your brain says, I have seen this, but is it important? Does it come up again? If the answer is no, the word gets deleted. This is not a flaw. This is not your brain protecting you from information overloaded. But here is the good news. Once you know how this filter works, you can use it to your advantage. You can send signals to your brain that say, this word matters, keep it. That is what these 7 hacks do. Each one send a different signal. Let's go through them one by one. Hack number 1. Spaced repetition. Here is something most learners never hear about. Your brain does not decide if a word is important after seeing it once. It decides based on repetition, but not just any repetition. The timing matters. If you review a word 5 times in one day, your brain treats it like one event. If you review that same word once a day for 5 days, your brain treats it like 5 separate signals. Each signal says, this word keeps coming back, it must be important. Think of it like seeing someone at a coffee shop. If you see them 5 times in 1 hour, you barely notice. But if you see them once a week for 5 weeks, you start to remember their face. Same person, same number of times, different spacing, different result. Here is how to use this. When you learn a new word, review it after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after 1 week, then after 2 weeks, then after 1 month. Each time you review it, the memory gets stronger. The word moves from short-term memory to long-term memory. This is not a theory. This is how every memory expert in the world trains, and it works for English vocabulary better than almost anything else. Hack number 2. The story method. Your brain loves stories. It always has. Long before books existed, people passed knowledge through stories. Why? Because stories are easy to remember. A list of facts is hard. A story is natural. Here is an example. Try to remember these 3 words. Tree, window, river. Just 3 words. You could repeat them 10 times and still forget them tomorrow. But now try this. Imagine a tree growing through your window, and when you look outside, a river is flowing through your living room. Tree, window, river. You will remember these 3 words for days, maybe weeks. Why? Because you turned them into a story. Your brain does not remember lists, it remembers narratives. When you learn a new English word, do not just write it down, create a small story around it. The word does not need to be the main character, it just needs to appear in a scene. The weirder the story, the better. Strange images stick, normal ones disappear. If you learn the word frugal, which means careful with money, imagine a person counting every single coin at a restaurant while everyone else is eating. That image stays, and every time you think of it, the word comes back. Hack number 3. Chunking. Here is something most teachers never tell you. Learning words one by one is the slowest way to build vocabulary. Your brain does not like isolated pieces of information. It likes groups. It likes patterns. Think about how you learned numbers as a child. You did not learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as separate pieces. You learned them as a sequence. One group your brain held all 10 together. You can do the same thing with English vocabulary. Instead of learning one word at a time, learn words in groups of 3 to 4 by theme. For example, instead of learning the word eloquent alone, learn it together with articulate and fluent. All three describe speaking well. When you learn them together, they support each other in your memory. When you forget one, the others remind you. It is like tying three boats together. If one drifts, the other pull it back. Try this. Pick a theme: emotions, travel, food, work. Then learn 3 to 5 words in that theme on the same day. Review them together. Use them in the same sentence. Your brain will store them as one memory, not 5 separate ones. This is how native speakers build vocabulary. They do not learn words in isolation, they learn them in context. Hack number 4: Visual association. Your brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. That is not an exaggeration, that is neuroscience. When you see an image, your brain stores it almost instantly. When you read a word, your brain has to decode it first. It takes longer, it is less stable. Here is how to use this. Every time you learn a new English word, attach a picture to it. Not a real picture, a mental picture. A picture in your mind. The key is this: the image must be vivid, specific, and if possible, a little strange. Let me give you an example. The word abundant means more than enough, a lot of something. Now imagine a table. On that table, there is so much food that it is falling off the edges. Plates are stacked on top of plates. Food is everywhere. That image is abundant. Every time you hear the word abundant, your brain will reply that image and the word will come back automatically. The trick is to create the image at the moment you learn the word, no later. Not after you write it down. Right then. In that moment, close your eyes for 5 seconds. See the image. Then open your eyes and move on. 5 seconds. That is all it takes. But those 5 seconds create a memory that lasts far longer than an hour of repetition. Hack number 5: Teach it forward. Here is something I want you to remember. The person who learns the most in any classroom is the teacher, not the students. The teacher. Why? Because explaining something forces your brain to process it at a deeper level. You do not just receive the information, you have to recognize it, simplify it, make it clear for someone else. You can use this same principle for English vocabulary. When you learn a new word, teach it to someone within 24 hours. It does not matter who: a friend, a classmate, a family member, even your pet. I am serious. The point is not whether they understand. The point is what happens inside your brain when you explain it. When you teach a word, 3 things happen. First, you have to recall it from memory. That act of recalling strengthens the memory. Second, you have to put it in a sentence. That creates context. Third, you have to explain what it means. That deepens your understanding. 3 processes all in one simple action. Try this today. Learn one new English word, then go find someone and explain it to them. Tell them what it means. Give them an example sentence. If nobody is around, explain it to yourself out loud. Stand in front of a mirror and teach yourself that word. It will feel strange at first. Everyone feels strange doing this at first, but it works better than almost any other method because teaching is the deepest form of learning. Hack number 6: Emotional anchoring. Here is something most learners never think about. Your memory is strongly connected to your emotions. You probably remember when you heard every happy news or very sad news, but you do not remember what you had for lunch last Thursday. Why? Because emotion creates stronger memories. It is how your brain is wired. You can use this on purpose. When you learn a new English word, connect it to a personal feeling, a memory, an experience, something that matters to you, not a textbook example, something real from your own life. For example, the word nostalgic means missing something from the past. Think of a moment from your childhood, a specific moment. Maybe you are remembering the smell of your grandmother's kitchen or the sound of rain on a window when you were young. That feeling is nostalgia. Attach the word to that feeling. Now the word is not just text on a page. It has weight, it has meaning, it has emotion, and because of that, your brain will hold on to it. The emotion does not need to be big, it does not need to be dramatic. Even a small feeling works. The word cozy, attach it to the feeling of sitting under a blanket on a cold evening. The word proud, attach it to a moment when you achieved something difficult. Each word gets a small emotional anchor, and each anchor keeps the word from disappearing. Hack number 7, the 80-20 rule. This is the most practical hack and it might be most important one. Here is the idea in English. A small number of words do most of the work. The 1000 most frequently used words in English cover about 85% of daily conversation. That means if you learn those 1000 words deeply, you can understand most of what people say. You can have most conversations, you can express more ideas. But here is what most learners do. They try to learn everything, advanced words, rare words, words that appear once in 1000 conversations. They spread their effort wide and thin, and because they never repeat those words enough, they forget them. The 80-20 rule says this: focus on the words that matter most. Learn the top 1000 words first, not just recognize them. Know them deeply. Be able to use them in any sentence. Hear them instantly. Say them without thinking. Once those 1000 words are permanent, then expand, but not before. Think of it like building a house. You do not start with the decoration, you start with the foundation. The 1000 most common words are your foundation. Everything else is built on top of them. If the foundation is weak, everything collapses. If the foundation is strong, you can build as high as you want. You can find these word lists easily online. Search for 1000 most common English words. Pick 10 words a day. Use the other 6 hacks on those 10 words. Spaced repetition, stories, chunking, visuals, teaching, emotion, all of them apply to the words that matter most. That combination is unbeatable. Here is what I want you to do right now. Today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, pick one word from this video, just one. Use one of these 7 hacks on that word right now. Make a story, see an image, teach it to someone. Whatever feels natural, that one word is the start. Tomorrow, pick another, small steps. Repeat it daily. That is how real vocabulary grows. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments which of these 7 hacks you are going to try first. I read every comment, and if you want more tips like this, the next video is waiting for you right there. See you in the next video.